Welcome to Beyond the Numbers. I'm Bev Wakefield, and this is the podcast where we take the stress out of business finance and break down the numbers in a way that actually makes sense. Welcome to Season 2, and we're delving deeper into how to design a business that serves you. So today we're not talking spreadsheets or tax, we're diving into something deeper. What is enough? Because let's face it, the world tells us success looks like 7-figure launches, 10x growth, hustle culture, multiple revenue streams, teams and scaling. But what if your version of success looks nothing like that? What if success for you simply means paying yourself properly, having time to breathe, and taking a full break in August, and knowing that your future is taken care of? So if you've ever found yourself saying, I'm doing well, but I still don't feel like I've made it, this episode is for you. So what does enough really mean? In your business, in your finances, in your life? Because here's the truth, more doesn't always mean better. There's a tipping point where chasing more actually costs you more in time, in stress, in joy, and the science backs it up. A study by Daniel Kahneman found that happiness levels tend to plateau at around £60,000 to £90,000 a year. Beyond that, more money might buy you more stuff, but it doesn't always buy you peace. So let me ask you, what is enough for you? Here's where this really bites. You've hit your revenue goal, but still feel stretched. You double your turnover and somehow end up with less time, less headspace, and no more money in your personal account. You keep chasing because you feel like you should. Because everyone else looks like they've got it together. Because pausing feels lazy or selfish or like a failure. I've worked with clients who hit that magical 1 million turnover and were miserable. But why? Because the number they were chasing wasn't aligned with the life they actually wanted. So let me tell you about Sarah. She doubled her business in 18 months. She hit 1 million turnover, built a team, had a full client book. But when we looked at the numbers, she was still paying herself what she earned at 400k turnover. She hadn't taken a real holiday in over a year. She was burnt out, stretched thin, constantly firefighting, so we pulled things back. She reduced revenue the next year on purpose, but increased her take-home pay, improved her margins, and finally built space into her week. Because 1 million turnover wasn't the goal. Freedom was, peace was, security was. Right, let's take it to the flip chart and get your pens ready. So grab a piece of paper and draw 3 buckets. This is your happiness bucket, what it really costs to live well. So bucket 1, this is your essentials, the basics, rent, bills, food, transport, non-negotiables to keep your life running. So let's work through an example. Mortgage and rent, let's say that's £1,000. Utilities and council tax, 300. Food, 400. Transport, we'll say 200. Insurance, 100, phone and broadband, £80, and subscriptions are 40. So that totals £2,120 a month, or £25,500 per year. Your next bucket is for your joyful extras. These are the things that make life fun and fulfilling. Think holidays, hobbies, time out, and good coffee. So let's work through some examples. £330 a month. On holidays, that's £3,960 per year. Weekends away of £150. Meals out and coffees of £150. Hobbies and well-being, say £100. And then let's say £80 on gifts and celebrations and £80 on personal development. So a total £890 per month or £10,700 per year. And your final bucket is future security. So savings, pensions, and your all-important safety net. So examples here, let's go for £400 of pension, emergency savings of £250, ISA and investments of £150, life insurance and income protection of £100. Now that takes us to a total monthly of £900, and annually that's £10,800. Now, a quick tip. Some of these costs, like personal development, pensions, insurances, and even your car, might be paid through your business and reduce your tax. That gives you more room to build up your emergency pot. And get this, if you contributed just £400 per month into your pension from your 40s with a 5% return, you'd retire with around £238,000 in your pot. And whilst we're talking about emergency savings too, you want a minimum of 3 months. So at £2,120, you need £6,360 to be comfortable. And you might save 6 months, which is £12,720. You'd definitely be winning at a year's worth of savings. I know some of you will be thinking, well, is there any schools of thought on this? Elizabeth Warren in All Your Worth recommends 50% on essentials, 30% on joyful extras, and 20% on future security. Ramit Sethi recommends 50 to 60% on essentials, 20 to 35% on guilt-free spending, and 10 to 20% on future, and 5 to 10% on self-improvement. While FIRE, Financial Independence Retire Early, recommends 50 to 70% on future security, essentials kept as lean as possible, and minimal joyful extras. For a nice balance, I would say essentials at 50%, joyful extras 25 to 30%, future security 20 to 25%. My personal ideal is 32%, 25% and 42%, but the company will contribute to my pension, so out of my day-to-day cash, more like 40% on essentials, 30% on joyful and 30% on future. Now, from these figures, you can work out your happiness number. So we take your essentials and your joyful extras and your future security and add these up, and we get to £47,000 per year or £3,900 per month. This is the income that covers your life now and your peace later without burning out. If you know your number, you can build your business around it. You can stop guessing, you can stop chasing. So what can you take away from this? Here are my 4 tips for knowing what's enough for you. Tip 1, stop comparing. Your business isn't broken just because it doesn't look like someone else's. Brené Brown says we often tie our worth to external markers, success, status, and likes. But someone else's 6-figure month, that's not your goal, that's your distraction. Step 2, set a stop goal and don't just focus on start goals. A stop goal might be when I'm paying myself £4,000 a month, taking 6 weeks off a year and having 6 months cash saved. Stop pushing and start protecting what you've built. Tip 3, map your lifestyle out first, then build your business goals around it. In the words of Greg McCowan, success isn't more, it's doing the right things. Tip 4, audit your life regularly. What brings you energy, what drains you, and watch out for lifestyle creep. When your income rises, but so do your stress levels. You're allowed to slow the treadmill down. You're allowed to press stop. So, what is enough? It's not a revenue badge, it's not a 6-figure launch, it's not a team of 20. Enough is personal, enough is purposeful, enough is when your business funds the life you actually want and not just the one you post about. This week, I want you to take 10 minutes with a notebook and answer, what does success really look like to me? In income, time, energy, and lifestyle. Screenshot your notes and tag me, or keep them somewhere visible. If this sparks something in you, I'd love to hear it. Let's normalise designing businesses around our lives and not the other way around. In the next episode of Beyond the Numbers, we'll go deeper into turning that feeling of enough into a real practical number your business can plan around.